What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all doing absolutely fine. And today, as usual, we're gonna continue with an essay by Seneca on anger. It's gonna be the 11th part of the second book, so let's get started. Anger, says our opponent, is useful because it avoids contempt and because it frightens bad men. Now, in the first place, if anger is strong in proportion to its threats, it is hateful for the same reason that it is terrible. And it is more dangerous to be hated than to be despised. If, again, it is without strength, it is much more exposed to contempt, and cannot avoid ridicule. What is more flat than anger when it breaks out into meaningless ravings. Moreover, because some things are somewhat terrible, they are not on that account desirable, nor does wisdom wish it to be said of the wise man, as it is of a wild beast, that the fear which he inspires is as a weapon to him. Why do we not fear fever, gout, consuming ulcers? And is there, for that reason, any good in them? Nay. On the other hand, they are all despised and thought to be foul and base, and are for these very reason feared. So, too, anger is in itself hideous, and by no means to be feared. Yet it is feared by many, just as a hideous mask is feared by children. How can we answer the fact that terror always works back to him when how can we answer that the fact that terror always works back to him who inspired it, and that no one is feared who is himself at peace? At this point, it is well that you should remember that verse of Liberius, which, when pronounced in the theater during the height of the Civil War, caught the fancy of the whole people, as though it expressed the national feeling. He must fear many, whom so many fear. And again, he must fear many, whom so many fear. Okay. Thus has nature ordained that whatever becomes great by causing fear to others is not free from fear itself. Now disturbed lions are the faintest noises. How excited those fiercest of beasts become at strange shadows, voices, or smells, whatever is a terror to others. Fear for itself. There can be no reason, therefore, for any wise man to wish to be feared, and no one need think that anger is anything great because it strikes terror, since even the most despicable things are feared, as, for example, noxious vermin whose bite is venomous. And since a string set with feathers stops the largest herds of wild beasts and guides them into traps, it is no wonder that from its effect it should be named scarer. Foolish creatures are frightened by foolish things. The movement of chariots and the sight of their wheels turning round drives lions back into their cage. Elephants are frightened at the cries of pigs, and so also we fear anger, just as children fear the dark, or wild beasts fear red feathers. It has in itself nothing solid or valiant, but it affects feeble minds. Alright, guys, we're done with this part. And obviously, we're gonna continue tomorrow. So, thank you for joining me today. In this video, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Bye.